Hello and welcome to Tungsten Tales. I'm joined by Chris Mason again. Last time we
man on TV.
Last time we spoke, we were at Lakeside and we did a bit of a preview regarding the Premier League. And now we're nearly 7 weeks in this Thursday. For me, there's been a few surprises. What about for you?
Yeah, I expected Whitlock to struggle, as we said. We had that debate: should he have been? Shouldn't he have been in? Well, so far, he's proved us doubters wrong. He's up in the table. The one I didn't expect down at the bottom, apart from Gerwin-Price, is probably Daryl Gurney.
Yeah.
He's been playing very, very well leading up to getting picked in the Premier League. But as we discussed, as we've seen from Michael Smith in the past, it's a tough environment. It's a new environment. It's week-on-week pressure. It's not behind closed doors where nobody can see it, or if they want to find it, they have to look it up on the internet. It's there for everybody to see, and that's a lot to deal with.
For me, I think some of we spoke about debutants, the 4 debutants. For me, 2 of the 4 have done well. Daryl Gurney, for me, he's finding it hard just to get over that line. Keeps on getting these 6-6 draws. He was 2 legs in front last week, and he ended up getting a draw. He's struggling. Mark Smith, you've just mentioned there, he's doing well. He was top of the table for 2 weeks. Another one for me.
Flattering to deceive, though, Michael Smith. He's averaging, I think he's got the lowest tournament average so far, if you want to call it a tournament, around 92. But what he's learning how to do, and every pro has to do it at some point, learn how to win ugly.
Yeah.
And he's finding a way to do that. He's playing nowhere near his best starts. He's at the right end of the table. As you said, he was top for a while. I've been impressed with him. His maturity's coming. We've seen it from Corey Cadby recently, which we'll discuss a little bit later. And it's all about maturity. It's all about good board management, good stage management, preparation, and controlling your emotions. And he's getting better week on week.
I think for him, he's a player that is playing very well in the Players' Championship as well at the moment. He's bringing through results, and he's grinding through, like you say, and he's winning dirty.
Yeah.
And this is what these players need to learn. In terms of this Daryl Gurney, I think he's going through the same stage now. Rob Cross as well, at the start of the Premier League, we all thought, here we go, he's going to be absolutely amazing. He struggled for the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, again, and that's the world champion. It's all about the environment, and I love that saying, you've got to learn how to win dirty. Listen, they all want to go up there and average 105 and take 170 out and hit loads of 180s, but ultimately, averages don't put points in the league. It's no good playing well and losing. It's all about, getting to judgment night, getting past that, and finding yourself in the top 4 at the end of the campaign, and having a chance to go on and lift the title. Yeah,
just quickly as well regarding Gerwin-Price and the debutant sat bottom at the moment. He's playing well, but again he can't get over the line, and he's finding himself going 3-1 down, 4-1 down. And how hard is it then to catch up to these players like Anderson, like Peter Wright, who just go and win the next 3?
Well, we've seen it with Michael Smith when he played his last Premier League campaign, and he had to play twice on the opening night. Yeah. I think he got 1 point, and then you find yourself chasing. And you got to remember, this is the elite of world darts. Yeah. There's no gimmies out there. But what the other players will be looking at Gerwin-Price at the moment as a gimme. He's really, really struggling. He can't put 7 good legs together. He'll have 2 great legs, and he'll go missing for a leg. Then he'll lose a tight one. We know he's got good battling qualities. We know he can finish big when he needs to. He's got a draw in this campaign where he looked like he was dead and buried. Yeah. So we know. Listen, it's always going to be tough. He's nowhere near the finished article yet. He can't consistently average around that 100 mark to make it tough for other players. Players are playing him and thinking, well, mid-90s are just about get me over the line. Thinking
of these players who are thinking Gerwin-Price might be a bit of a snatch towards the end, and they can get the 2 points off him. Gary Anderson and Peter Wright have only won 1 game each so far. And if you'd have said that to me back in January at Lakeside, I'd have said you're having a laugh.
Well, look at Anderson a few weeks ago, averaged 110 and got absolutely gubbed by MVG, who averaged 110 himself. It was a fabulous spectacle. It was great to watch as a neutral. But again, if the draws are not there for you and you walk into MVG, and we've seen the other version of Michael last week. Yeah. He was there for the taking. His form at the moment is a little bit iffy. He needs to put a few things right. Fortunately for him, and we've discussed this many times before, his B game is 100.
Of course.
And that's why he is ultimately the number 1 in the world. Might not be the best dart player in the world right now. For me, that goes to Gary Anderson. Recent back-to-back Players' Championship victories. UK Open. I think he's 22 matches unbeaten. Yeah. This is a man that's in fine fettle right now.
Talking about Gary, it was a guy that had a bad back a couple of weeks ago as well. And everyone's saying on Twitter, oh, he's doing really well for a guy with a bad back. And I think, it just shows the quality and standard of darts that players can produce even when they've got problems. Marco van Gerwen got beat by Jeffrey Deswan, who I want to speak about later, who's playing really, really well at the moment. Yes. And then went on to beat Gary. It's up and down with everybody at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's a level playing field outside of probably. I mean, you're going to get the exception, MVG being that against Jeffrey Deswan. Yeah. But outside of that, nobody can really say Gary Anderson, Corey Cadby final was a shock. Yeah. Because it's not. No. We know of Corey. We've known about him for a while now. We know what his ability is. We know what standards he can play at. We know what numbers he can punch in. So for me, I wasn't shocked to see him in the final. I thought the final was a good final. Yeah. I thought the result was bang on. Gary Anderson showed what experience and knowing how to win is all about, and that all important getting over the line. He's done it so many times; it's second nature. And a lot of players around him, don't know what it's like. No. The other major winner we have is Peter Wright. He fell to Nathan Rafferty, an 18-year-old, 10-9. So that just shows you how tough an environment it is out there right now.
There's a lot of young kids. Bradley Brooks, another one. The guy's not even old enough to go out in a nightclub, for example. But he's there.
Adam Hunt, Luke Humphries. The list
There's
is
loads
endless.
of them.
And it's frightening. I wouldn't want to be a pro right now. Because these are all sort of clipping at your heels behind you. And they want to beat you because they want to take your sculpt. Yeah. And they love beating you on the floor because then when they get you on stage, they think they can do the same. Unfortunately for them, playing on TV is like learning how to play again. No. And we see it so often with so many potential players. They get up there, get a bit of stage fright. What they got now is a Euro Tour. They got a whole year now of playing on these Euro Tours. It's in front of bigger crowds than we get for most TV tournaments. Certainly the Slam, certainly the match play, much bigger
Champions League.
Yeah, much bigger audiences and crowds. So they got a great opportunity this year, and there's more Euro Tours this year as well. So next year is going to be immense.
Another player I just want to touch on regarding the Premier League, and for me, he's kind of going under the radar, is RVB. Now, he's in there and in and about, and sometimes he'll perform well, sometimes he'll do the old Barney thing.
Tired.
Exactly. I think, for me, towards the back end, we're going to see a feisty Barney, who's going to want, especially looking at the top four, with Smith and Whitlock still in there, he probably thinks he can just poach on that position.
I wish he'd just take that walk on stage.
Yeah.
You get all the eyes, all the the moodiness, the aggression, the fight. He gets up there, gets a little bit tough, and he's white flagging it. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of Barneveld. He's got one of the nicest throws, hence he's got this longevity in the sport. I just wish he'd not throw in the towel so quickly and get so despondent. I know it must be tough, but I mean, and then in another breath, he wants to be involved in everything. You can't have it both ways. Eventually, people that promote players or pick players for Premier League, Barry's got to keep looking at this at one point and go, I tell you what, Barney, if it's too much trouble, we're selling a brand. And
there's players for me like Jamie Lewis who
Dimitri. Imagine Dimitri would go there, get beat every week. Corey Cadby, and have an absolute scream. Yeah. They'd love it. Yeah. And that would encapsulate where the Premier League is right now. It is a showpiece event. For me, could you call it a major? I'm not sure. It's one of those. It's it's basically a showpiece of the PDC brand, and they take it all around the UK and Europe. And it's fabulous to watch. It's a great promotional tool, but I'd just like to see Barney give it a bit more fight.
Oomph, yeah. Well, there we go. There's our current preview of the Premier League. Make sure you're clicking on to the Tugs and Tales YouTube channel to catch up with all the videos that are coming soon. Thank you.